morning guys, I hope you're all well and you're not too achy from yesterday's session. So today we obviously have our general flexibility session, so as always it's fairly similar, a couple of different or varieties of exercises, but it should be a relatively relaxing one. Let's make a start on our mat, or I have a mat today, not normally, so feet should be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Shoulders back, core engaged, and then just looking to the right. Then to the left. And looking up. And looking down. And let's circle the shoulders backwards. And then arms going forwards, and then into our arm swing, so arms reaching up all the way backwards, and arms circling forwards, and then let's just bring one arm across the chest, and the other arm, then reaching the arm up and above the head, pressing down the elbow, and changing sides, and relax into our hip circles. As always, little circles to begin with, gradually getting bigger. And then circling the other way. So again, getting bigger with the circles as we're going. And let's reach the arms out to the side and then reaching over. Just do 10 little bounces. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then flattening down the back, hand towards the wall, legs straight. Reaching the hands either side of the foot, chest down to the leg. Again, keeping both legs straight. And bring the hands into the middle, behind you if you can, trying to reach through the legs. Then reaching to the other foot, chest flat down to that leg. Flattening down the back, reaching to the wall. And then finally bring the arms out to the side and reaching over, and we do our 10 little bounces. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. Reaching both arms up to the ceiling, bring the legs together. We're going to walk the hands down the legs, and then we're going to come into a hang, linking the arms together, letting gravity pull us down towards the ground. The weight's going to be through the front of the feet, legs should be straight, and we're just trying to basically just trying to ease into the stretch and let gravity pull us down to the ground. We're going to stay in this position, and we're going to reach the hands behind the backs of the legs, so the calves if you can, or some of you guys might be a bit higher up. Keeping the legs straight, let's just pull the chest into the legs. And holding for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking the hands up the legs, curving at the spine. Bring the head and then the arms up, and then let's come down to the ground into our wrist stretch. Hands facing forwards, and then into our wrist rocks going forwards, and then just raising onto the knuckles. forwards and backwards. So let's do 3 more. Up onto the knuckle, back down, and forwards, knuckle, back down, forwards, knuckle, back down, and changing the direction of the hands going to the side and then rocking from one side to the other side. You should be pretty familiar with this if you've been following along the series. And then hands facing towards the body and leaning backwards. And then turning the hands over very gently. And let's also massage the forearms. With the handstand training, forearms get quite tight. So placing the forearm on the ground and then just using the knee to massage the forearm very gently again. So just circular motions with the knee into the forearm. And changing to the other side. And then gentle circles. Not too much pressure at all because you don't want to end up damaging the forearm. The hand may have a tendency, the fingers might just kind of wiggle a little bit, and that's perfectly normal. And relax. So sitting on your bottom, sitting up tall, straightening one leg, crossing the foot over the other knee and then into our ankle circles. Again, when we're doing lots of handstand training, we're focusing a lot on pointing the toes, and so it's nice just to release the ankles. And to be honest, not just when we're doing like handstand training, just when we're walking every day, obviously our ankles take quite a lot of impact, so it's good to give them a bit of a stretch out. And rolling the other way. And let's change to the other foot. So again, sitting up tall, circling the ankle one way, and then we change directions. And relax. Let's come into our straddle stretch, so legs coming out to the side, arms coming out to the side, and then we're going to reach the body sideways, trying to rotate the spine looking up to the ceiling. Again, in this position, we're just going to do 10 little bounces, trying to feel the stretch along the side. And then reaching both hands towards the leg, chest flat down to the leg, and again we're going to look up at the foot this time. We're going to do 10 little bounces. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Flex the foot, stay in this position, and just try and reach the hands beyond the foot if you can. Or some of you guys, if you're quite inflexible, you might be more like up here. You might even have a tendency to lean back if you've got really tight hips. So just try and get into that position where you're starting to bring the body down towards the leg. And then point that toe again, staying as low down to the ground as you can, coming through to the middle. And then let's come to the other leg, the 10 little pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and flex the foot, hold this position. Reaching the hands out to the side and then over, looking up to the ceiling, rotate the body round, and 10 little pulses. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. We're going to reach the arms up into the middle and we're going to do our 10 lowers, keeping the spine straight so it's a hinge at the hip. I'll actually go sideways so you can see. So some of you again might only get to here, some of you might be here, some of you might be all the way down. But the main focus is to keep the hinge at the hip and the back straight, the arms by the ears. So if we go 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Try not to let the legs turn in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lowering all the way down if you can, or to the point you can, either elbows on the ground, or again, some of you might be up here, or chest flat down to the ground if you can, and we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Again, if you're a bit more like up here, try and get lower within the 30 seconds. You could even use a weight to actually hold on to and try and bring you down to the ground or bring you a bit further forwards. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming up, reach the arms up by the ears, and then let's come to our pike sit. Actually, before we go into pike sit, we're going to come into the straddle position, but with one leg bent in towards the body. And again, we're just going to reach the body down towards that straight leg. So some of you might be up here, some of you might be all the way down, and then we're going to flex that foot. And let's change sides, so bring the other foot in towards the body and then reaching down towards the straight leg. Coming up into the centre, just going to bring the legs together, and now we're going to bring the arms up. And we're going to walk the hands down the legs all the way into pike position as low as you can go, looking down towards the knees or up towards the feet, and then we're trying to reach the hands beyond the feet as an ideal leg position. Some of you may again be more like sat up, you might just be trying to hinge that hip forwards a little bit, or you might be all the way flat down to the legs, and we're going to hold for another 20 seconds. If you want an extra challenge, you can flex the feet up, and you can actually try and grab the toes with the hands. And we've got 15 seconds left, so keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling, and we're going to go into our shoulder stretch, so hands facing towards the body. Then we're going to bring the body away from the arms, lowering the legs down to the ground, and the elbows should be bent, so the further away the body is from the arms, the more difficult it's going to make it. And we're going to change the direction of the hands to face backwards behind us. We're going to straighten the arms, and we're going to start to walk the arms backwards. Again, the closer the arms are, the more difficult it will make it, and the further away they are from the body, it's also going to mean you're going to get more of a stretch. If you've got really hyperextended elbows in this position, you want to aim to try and have a bit of a micro bend in the elbows, so not quite straight, otherwise you put a lot of pressure on the elbows. And let's come out of that position and just go into an arm swing. Relax. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to lay on our back, and we're just going to bring one leg across the hip and try and drop it as close down to the ground as we can. The other arm, which is on the ground, should be flat on the ground. Shoulders should be trying to stay on the ground as well. Should feel that stretching the spine, and you might feel it in the outer glute as well. And let's change sides. So swapping the arm, swapping the leg, bring the body across the body, the leg across the body. We're going to stay in this laying down position, and we're going to go into a glute stretch, so crossing the foot over the front knee, and then we're going to start to bring that front knee in towards the body. When we bring the front knee in towards the body, we're going to push with the hand, the outer, well, the leg which is bent towards the wall in front of us. So you should really feel that stretching the side of the glute. And let's change to the other side. and relax. We're going to come into a sitting up pigeon position. So again, stretching the glute, crossing one foot in front of the body, one leg in front of the body, if you can quite see that all, and then bringing the chest down towards that front leg. Really relax into this stretch, feel it working the outer glute, and you'll probably feel it working the back hip flexor as well. And last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come out of that position, changing sides. So crossing the other leg in front of the body, bring the leg backwards, pressing the back hip flexor down to the ground, and then lowering the chest down to the ground. Now we've got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out of that position, we're going to come into a butterfly position. Bring both feet together, dropping the knees down to the side, and then bring your chest as far down to the ground as you can. This is what the reality of most people's stretching will probably look like. And I do forget that I am super flexible. If you can, the aim is to get the knees down to the ground and then bringing the chest down to the ground. Just going to hold for another 15 seconds. And 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming out of that position. So we're going to go straight into our laying down P&F stretch. Our leg is coming up into the air. We're bringing our leg back as far as we can, and then when we can get it back as far as we can, we're going to start to resist the leg into the hands in front of us. So we're going to resist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then pull the leg gently further back. So with the resistance into the hands, the leg will probably have a tendency to shake because you'll be working it quite hard. So let's go again with the resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the leg further back, and let's go one more time. So pressing into the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back and hold that position. So both hips should be staying on the ground and the leg should be straight. Last 5 seconds, hold, 3, 2, 1, and changing sides. So nice and gently, that was a bit rapid of my lower leg, down to the ground, and then bring the other leg up. Bring it back as far as you can, keeping the legs straight, and let's start with the resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently pull the leg further back. Let's go again. So resist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax gently a little bit further back and start with the resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it further back and let's hold for 10. Get that leg straight, both hips on the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming out of that position, just bring the legs into a bit of a shake. And rolling up. So we're going to move into our last couple of exercises. First of all, we're going to get into our cobra position. So laying on your front, you're going to press up either onto your elbows or a full cobra, straightening the arms and then pressing the body as far back as you can. You can just drop the head back if you want. Personally, I prefer to keep my neutral looking at the front, just because I do. And come into a reverse, sitting back on the heels, lowering the shoulders down to the ground. And then we're going to come on hands and knees, and we're going to press into a downward dog. So shoulders are pressing back. We should be trying to get the heels down to the ground, legs should be straight. And in this position we're just going to drop the weight from one side to the other side. And then lowering down to the knees, lowering back onto your front, and we're going to repeat that again, so pressing up into half cobra or into full cobra. And coming into a reverse, sitting back on your heels, shoulders down to the ground. Onto your hands and knees, pressing up into a downward dog position. This time we're actually going to lift one leg. So we're going to lift one leg up as high as we can into the air. And then gently we're going to lower that leg down to the ground, keeping the heel flat on the floor, lifting the other leg. And then lowering that leg back down, really press the shoulders back, and we're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering the knees down to the ground, chest down to the ground, and we're just going to roll onto our back. So we're going to go into 5 easy rocks, 2, so just massaging the spine, 3, 4, and on the last one we're going to stand up, 5, and relax. Well done guys, nice stretch session, hopefully you're feeling relaxed and agile now, and then ready for tomorrow's core session. Have a lovely